Good morning. Welcome to another session, another morning manifestation session. My name is Samion, your transformation leader, representing One Transformation Center here in the Metro Atlanta area. One Incredible Experience is the one acronym. Thank you for joining us yet again and permitting us to be a part of your journey, your transformative journey. You know, it's interesting. Every day becomes a new awakening, a new opportunity to become more aware of who we are and whose we are. And for that, I give thanks. I give thanks for life being the greatest teacher that we can ever imagine. Greater than any book, greater than any philosopher, greater than any teacher, greater than any set of parents, greater than anything else. Life itself is a tailor-made program to support us with becoming and aligning with our best and highest self, with remembering the very essence of who we are. And that I give thanks. I give thanks for that. And I hope you do too. For those who are here for the first time, I say welcome. It is my ambition, it's my intention for this to be in a space that you want to visit and continuously align with as we support your transformative journey, your journey of transformation. Here at One Incredible Experience or One Transformation Center, we celebrate humanity. And we use transformation to inspire, motivate, and heal lives and relationships. For us to remind ourselves that we're not separate, that we are in alignment. We are in alignment. And each morning here at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday that is, and Saturday and Sundays at 8 a.m., we begin with our oath of manifestation. And then we move on to our affirmative reading and statement of remembrance. Perform an exercise and a quick meditation just for us to be able to internalize that which we've downloaded this morning. And then we conclude with a prayer of gratitude. So, join us, if you will, on this journey as we begin with our oath of manifestation. Oath of manifestation is the declaration, is our declaration, a reminder to speak life and the importance of speaking life into ourselves. You know, for some, it is so easy for us to arrive at a notion of limitations, of not being good enough, of failure, of loss, of lack. Yet the oath of manifestation is our opportunity to replace those ideas with truth, with the alignment of the unexpected, of those things that we're unaware of, and everything that is here to support our best and highest good. So join us. You'll see it on the screen. Also, when you get a minute, check in let us know where you're checking in from. It's in the chat. In the screen, you'll see the oath of manifestation there. You see the oath of manifestation there. I want you to proclaim it with me, with fervor, with meaning, with purpose. Are you ready? All right, let's start with a deep breath. And as we begin this deep breath, I want it to be deep, meaningful, and purposeful. Deep, meaningful, and purposeful. And I want us to begin to realize with every inhale Have it to be one that is allowing, accepting, and embracing everything for your best and highest good. And every exhale, releasing those things, people, places, and things that no longer serve us or support us. All right, we're going to take 3 of these breaths. 3 of these breaths. Let's begin as we inhale through our nose and exhale through your mouth. Again, inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. This last time, let's do it and hold it for 4 seconds and then release. Inhale through your nose. And exhale. Exhale. Perfect. Let us proclaim with the authority that is invested in us. Begin with me. I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places in my life and in the life of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. My acceptance makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give. It is done now. Through this oath of manifestation, all things are possible. I declare absolutely that I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. I feel it powerfully happening now. I open to receive more abundance and to give more abundance than I have ever experienced before. I can afford anything I desire. In fact, I am so prosperous, I need never worry again. I am grateful for all that I already have, and grateful for all that I am ready to give. I keep myself lifted in high consciousness, no matter what the appearances are. God is all there is. I let the God times roll, and so it is. And so it is. Give yourself a great big hug this morning and say thank you for allowing me to receive all that's working in my best and highest good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, now let's move over to the affirmative word. The affirmative word in our memory statement. It is coming from A Course in Miracles, lesson 79. A Course in Miracles, lesson 79, which says, let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. Let's take a listen.
Lesson 79. Let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. A problem cannot be solved if you do not know what it is. Even if it is really solved already, you will still have the problem because you will not recognize that it has been solved. This is the situation of the world. The problem of separation, which is really the only problem, has already been solved. Yet the solution is not recognized because the problem is not recognized. Everyone in this world seems to have his own special problems, yet they are all the same and must be recognized as one if the one solution that solves them all is to be accepted. Who can see that a problem has been solved if he thinks the problem is something else? Even if he is given the answer, he cannot see its relevance. That is the position in which you find yourself now. You have the answer, but you are still uncertain about what the problem is. A long series of different problems seems to confront you, and as one is settled, the next one and the next arise. There seems to be no end to them. There is no time in which you feel completely free of problems and at peace. The temptation to regard problems as many is the temptation to keep the problem of separation unsolved. The world seems to present you with a vast number of problems, each requiring a different answer. This perception places you in a position in which your problem solving must be inadequate and failure is inevitable. No one could solve all the problems the world appears to hold. They seem to be on so many levels, in such varying forms, and with such varied content that they confront you with an impossible situation. Dismay and depression are inevitable as you regard them. Some spring up unexpectedly, just as you think you have resolved the previous ones. Others remain unsolved under a cloud of denial and rise to haunt you from time to time, only to be hidden again, but still unsolved. All this complexity is but a desperate attempt not to recognize the problem and therefore not to let it be resolved. If you could recognize that your only problem is separation, no matter what form it takes, you could accept the answer because you would see its relevance. Perceiving the underlying constancy in all the problems that seem to confront you, you would understand that you have the means to solve them all, and you would use the means because you recognize the problem. In our longer practice periods today, we will ask what the problem is and what is the answer to it. We will not assume that we already know. We will try to free our minds of all the many different kinds of problems we think we have. We will try to realize that we have only one problem which we have failed to recognize. We will ask what it is and wait for the answer. We will be told. Then we will ask for the solution to it, and we will be told. The exercises for today will be successful to the extent to which you do not insist on defining the problem. Perhaps you will not succeed in letting all your preconceived notions go, but that is not necessary. All that is necessary is to entertain some doubt about the reality of your version of what your problems are. You are trying to recognize that you have been given the answer by recognizing the problem, so that the problem and the answer can be brought together and you can be at peace. The shorter practice periods for today will not be set by time, but by need. You will see many problems today, each one calling for an answer. Our efforts will be directed toward recognizing that there is only one problem and one answer. In this recognition are all problems resolved. In this recognition, there is peace. Be not deceived by the form of problems today. Whenever any difficulty seems to rise, tell yourself quickly, "Let me recognize this problem so it can be solved." Then try to suspend all judgment about what the problem is. If possible, close your eyes for a moment and ask what it is. You will be heard and you will be answered.
And that is our reading for today. Our point of remembrance today is simply to make the request, let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. I challenge you to go back through the course of your day and look up Lesson 79 in the Course in Miracles. You can simply go online. You don't have to have the book. You can go to ACIM, Alpha Charlie Indigo Mike.org. And you will see it scrolling there. Just click it and it gives you the opportunity to read this lesson and internalize it. In the meantime, I want you to join me in a practice exercise. And as the lesson states, we will ask what the problem is in our lives. What's the problems in our lives? Those things that are keeping us disconnected, disjointed, and dismay, full of anxiety, where we feel like we're repeating these cycles, when we're feeling helpless and hopeless, where we're feeling lack. Let's take a moment to ask quietly and to gain insight on what the problem is. And let's not assume that we already know the answer to this. Let's simply just make a request known, ask, be still, and listen. What are the problems? Is the problem in my life? Say to yourself, in the need to not solve it, just to recognize it. Say simply, let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. Even in the event that it is already solved, for you to recognize it so that you can learn from it. You can grow from it. Let me recognize the problem so it may be solved. You may not get the answer in this very moment, and that's okay. But throughout the day, when situations and circumstances arise, simply make a request. Instead of getting upset or becoming distracted, simply take a moment and say, instead of me pointing this finger out at someone else and wanting to blame them or judge them, let me simply state, let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. The downloads are real. What's being brought to my awareness in this moment is real. It's simple. The solutions and the applications are so simple. That if we only knew that everything that we see as a problem is a result of one singular thing. And if we apply this one singular thing to every situation and circumstance, we would get the same solution. What's the problem? What I have received in this message, as well as my personal downloads, is the problem is separation. We see ourselves separate from everyone and everything, thus needing to be better, needing to be faster, needing to be smarter, needing to have more, or thinking that there's not enough. That if we stop creating separation from ourselves and others, there will be no room for ego edging God out. We would realize the synergy that exists between us and them. That we have much more in common than we do that separates us. If we can just take a moment to express empathy in certain situations from a space of understanding that they are our brother and our sister, and they are not different than I. Perhaps they may in a different space on their journey, but yet they're not different. So if we can eliminate the separation between us and the Creator, which ego, E-G-O, edging God out. If we can alleviate that separation. You know, the ego is the author of division. It needs you to see yourself as separate. It needs you to see yourself as a priority. It needs you to see yourself as more important, as singular and not plural. But when you are in alignment with the master creator who created all things, heaven and earth, when you understand that you are a royal priesthood, a chosen generation, that you are an extension and reflection of creation, then you will realize there's no separation. Just like the birds in the air fly, they eat, they nest without needing to be anything else other than birds, because they're in the flow. And they understand as long as they're in the flow, all is provided. We have to be human beings, spiritual beings having a human experience, but human being and not human doings. And understand that we are connected, interwoven, even though we may come in different shades, different heights and sizes, different genders, that we are singular. We are all extensions and reflections of our Creator. Let us pray. Father, Mother God, I thank you so much for this message this morning, and for the reminder that we are all in unison. That yes, we can have the ability to operate with these beautiful sounds of melodies, with harmonies, but it still comes back to a singular space. And that is our extension, our connection with you. We give thanks for the opportunities today to go forth and apply this message of remembrance, this statement of remembrance of let me recognize the problem so it can be solved, for us to be empowered again with the understanding of what the singular issue is. And that it is not something outside of ourselves, but it is simply a part of who we are. Something that we can control. So every opportunity today, we desire to take and declare the declaration of recognizing the problem so it can be resolved. In the meantime, we give thanks for the grace and the mercy that is sufficient, that is abundant, that is everlasting, that is always extended. We give thanks for the ability to give forgiveness to ourselves and to others. For any idea, any thought, any behavior, any choice that we may feel was not for our best and highest good. For teaching others how to treat us in a way that is not favorable, that is not loving, that is not peaceful, that is not extended with grace. For judging others in that same capacity, we give thanks that love is the most supreme idea, the most supreme way of being that exists in this universe. We give thanks for the peace that surpasses all understanding, that walks with us, and that we can have it to be an extension of us. We give thanks for the moment, the opportunities, and the reminder to speak life into ourselves and others. Instead of bashing them, instead of telling them what they've done wrong, we can always remind them of what they've done right, and set them up for success as we set ourselves up for success. We give thanks for this transformative journey. We give thanks for this medium to connect and to not have to feel like we're walking alone, but have others to stand with us all across this globe. We give thanks. We give thanks that this message would extend far from those who are listening in this moment to those who may find this and replay it and share it with others. We give thanks. We give thanks for One Transformation Center and all the capacities that it serves, now and forevermore. We give thanks. We give thanks for the healing that is provided into our bodies. We give thanks. We give thanks. We thank you for the families that are being healed and that are being brought back together and reunited and being bolstered by the fullness of love in its most unconditional space. We give thanks. We give thanks for the doors that are opening and those that are closed. We give thanks for the chaos that ensues in our life that allows us to have that contrast to get a better understanding of who we are and the power that lies within us, so that we can be more of us, more of who we agreed to be when we came into this world. We give thanks for the opportunity to reconnect with our soul contract, with our true essence, and to live in an authentic life, from this point forward and forevermore. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Ashe-yo. Again, we thank you for joining us. And we hope to see you again tomorrow at 8 o'clock tomorrow. It's just a weekday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whether you can join us live or on the replay. And we hope that you share this, like the stream, share it with other people. Go and like all of our social media spaces at Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you happen to miss any streams, it's there categorized on the YouTube page at One Transformation Center. I want to remind you, make the decision to be the change you desire to see. It all begins within you. It all extends from you. Let's be cognizant of that today as we move about this day throughout this world. Let's be a light for the world to see, so that we may unconsciously give other people permission to be the same. Until next time, continue to be great. Ciao.